Agenda West Side Beer.
Yeah, because this is really serious.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes out.
No laughing. No giggling. No fun. All right. Welcome to the episode in the West Comics. My name is Cookie Monster. Thank you. The Peacemaker is here.
What it do? I didn't want to use your line.
Oh my God, he did it.
That song is so great.
You gotta do the whole dance.
Oh, wait. Oh, I should have did the actual dance.
He should have.
It's a lot of choreography.
Yeah. What's up, y'all?
Next year. Gumby is here.
You finally didn't do a hot dog costume.
I didn't last year.
You did?
No, I didn't. I was Batman.
Okay, yeah. That was the first time in what, the 4?
That's not also not accurate. No, that actually is probably accurate.
I love how it's like smashed in on the side. Oh, it's because of the headphones.
So Shane said my eyes look the same as Cookie Monster's.
They do.
Like,
They do.
yeah,
That's pretty accurate.
pretty close. Over there in the lounge, before we introduce our special guest, over there in the lounge we have business Guy Fox and a business Fox. Are you business Guy Fox?
Dude, he looks so cool.
And
Something like that.
okay, and please welcome. He negotiated heaven and hell to get here. Please welcome Father Guido Sarducci.
How you doing? How you doing today?
Yeah.
This just in. Someone stole the Pope's wallet.
Shit.
Yeah, he did. And it wasn't Evie either.
Oh, my word.
She's busy right now.
I'm so glad.
If a God made man in his own image, how come all of us aren't invisible?
Let's just say this is the safest place to be right now.
I can't wait for this.
Thank you.
Is that footage from your car accident? Oh my God.
Jesus.
Oh,
What was it?
he was playing car crash sounds.
Oh, really?
Please. And please welcome our special guest. I don't know if he's ever going to come here again.
Yeah, literally.
We've been talking to this guy for a while about coming on the show, and he recently premiered his first short film, and we're going to talk to him about it tonight.
Right.
Local filmmaker, director, writer, betrothed. You're going to get married in a couple of days.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
my word.
I am.
Please welcome Tyler Kraft.
Congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Good to have you, buddy.
It's nice to finally be here.
Absolutely.
Nice to finally have you.
Tyler, tell us a little bit about the process of how your film came together
Um,
and some of your inspirations.
Okay, well, the inspiration, I'm going to start there. Real easy, is The Exorcist. So the film's called The Devil, the Demon, and the Vicar. Right. So
Starring Shane.
Yep.
And
Shane's not in the movie, right?
Shane, he's actually not. But I saw that outfit. I was like, shit.
Really good.
Better than what I ended up having to get. I did all the wardrobe myself too. So I mean,
man.
missed
Not bad.
opportunity there.
Bad.
But the process. So I have a friend of mine who's a producer in town, and he was asking me if I have interest in still making horror films. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So I thought he was kind of blowing smoke, and I kind of ignored it. And then he hits me up on a weekend, and he's like, where are my scripts? What's going on? So I'm like, all right, forget it. I'm going to do it. So I wrote the film that I just shot in a day.
No way.
Sent it to him. He loved it, and I quoted him on a budget, and he agreed, and it ballooned after that. But I got him. I got in there, and we got it made.
Right
So
on.
How long was the initial process? How long did actually everything take from when you started and then to when I saw the premiere?
from the premiere, it was like I think exactly a year, because
wow.
I wrote it in October of last year, and started shooting in May this year, and premiered it in October. So it's like an even keel 12 months.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was a great shoot. Our location fell through initially, and so I had to shoot the whole thing in my house.
Yeah, he told me that at the premiere.
So it was, and I had all the makeup set up, like everything. I didn't take anything down, So I built the set myself. I built the bed, and we shot it upstairs and downstairs, and it's supposed to look like it all takes place upstairs. So
I would
somehow,
have would have guessed it was all in that one room.
yeah. No, we moved around quite a bit.
Sick.
So it was actually, it was really, really, really like nuts living in that. And I kept telling my wife, I was like, listen, you should just get a hotel. You should not be home at all. Just make it way less stressful on you. And she was like, no, I'm going to be fine. That's a terrible impression of her. But, she's like, no, it's okay. So, and half of the shoot, she was up in the bedroom, like just
Like
listening.
chilling, watching everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
That's
it
really
was,
cool.
and it was all graveyard shoot. So it was, Nicole Unger, who plays the demon, she would get there at 7. We'd have her in makeup. We didn't have a camera on her till 11:30.
I was gonna say, because the makeup is insane. Shout outs to
Thank
all you
you.
guys that did it on that side, because it was terrifying. There was a moment when I was watching it beforehand. You sent me a text message, and you're like, "I'll see you tonight." By the way, it's really scary, and I'm like, "All right, whatever." And then,
Did you like it?
I loved it, dude.
Awesome,
I
man.
loved
Thank
it.
you.
I told you like immediately. I was like, "That was amazing, super creepy, and
Yeah.
fucking awesome."
That's great, man. I appreciate that.
Did you feel a little?
Just a little bit. Yeah, there's
Okay.
a moment where I had to like kind of pucker up, and
man.
there's
There's a jump scare. Yeah.
Yeah. There's it got creepy for a minute for sure.
My sound engineer, that was Chris Terhune. That was his idea to actually put in a jump scare, because there wasn't one written in the script, and we were doing some sound work in LA, and he was like, you know what, dude, this needs to be a jump scare. Like, let's do this. So he engineered this sound, and he pulled from a lot of stuff. Like, he worked on Prey and The Last of Us, so he had like this huge bank of amazing sounds. So he kind of mixed a lot of stuff together, and that's actually where I did the voice of the demon. I did all the recording there
no
with
way.
him as well. Yeah,
That's super.
yeah.
Cool.
So when she's talking, getting her cadence right was just so difficult, because she's breathing so like crazy through a lot of the movie, so I had to like match her cadence and her pronunciation. It was a nightmare, honestly, but it came out great. The finished product came out great.
I think that was the creepiest part for me, was the voice change.
Yeah.
And how it went from like 0 to way over 100 real quick.
I recorded all that twice.
Oh wow.
I had to do it 2 times, the whole damn thing, and the highs, the lows, all that stuff. Yeah, it was something, man. It was quite the experience. But I had a blast doing it. I mean, I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Of course.
Right on.
That's so good.
Very cool.
Yeah. I can't wait for you guys to see it, man.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
What did you shoot? What did you shoot on? What cameras were you using?
Black Magic.
Yeah.
We used all Sony stuff. Yeah. Edited it. It was on DaVinci and Pro Tools.
Nice.
Both
You
those.
would have
Yeah.
done DaVinci.
It's a really good project there. I'm so stoked for you guys.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks,
excited
man.
to see it too.
Thank you.
So
Can't you tell
said-
by my face?
Yeah, you're so stoked right now.
You look
can tell
excited.
you're-
Yeah.
you look
I'm ready to
pumped.
stretch out and watch it.
You said that Exorcist was one of the first films probably inspired you to say, could you give me like another 1 or 2 films that are like some of your favorite horror films?
Oh,
The
man.
slasher film, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you've been doing like a rewatch. You're watching like a bunch
He's watching
of
a
horror
bunch
movies.
of all
Right-
the good
right
stuff.
now.
This whole month, you gotta.
Sure.
And I just.
I'm
put
watching
little-
all the Screams right now.
Oh, nice.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a favorite Scream?
The original.
The original. Okay,
Yeah.
but after the original.
But 4.
Oh,
Really?
Nice.
I did not see that coming.
Because they had an opportunity to do something unique with Jill that I've told Sonny about my theory. They could have gone the whole next movie with her being the killer and nobody knowing
Oh yeah,
that she's the killer.
for sure.
And they could have
true.
explored that because she's creating her whole alibi right in front of us, and then she plays the victim. And then, you know, they just kind of like wrap it up in a nice little package at the end of the movie. You're like, oh, it would have been cool. Like if it kept going and you're like going at the end of the movie, you're like, she's the killer. Nobody knows it. You know,
That's actually a good thing. I hear she's Emma Roberts, right? I think she's
Emma
rumored to come
Roberts.
back for the next one. Her and Matt Lillard. I read that.
yeah.
So.
And Sydney, what's her name?
Yeah, Neve Campbell.
Neve
Yeah, she'll be
Campbell's
back.
coming back for the original.
They got it. Well, they don't have those other girls anymore. But hey, okay, to answer your question, The Exorcist for sure. When you see the movie, you'll that's pretty obvious. Favorites though, oh my god,
I know it's hard.
it really is. It's really tough.
If you go like 3, but not in order.
Bram Stoker's Dracula
Oh, wow.
is a huge.
I knew you were
influence on
gonna.
me.
I knew you were gonna.
If
appreciate
we're
that.
going on the art side,
That's good stuff.
slash, you know, it's become one of my Creep Show also.
Oh, Creepshow's great.
1982
I just
Creep
watched
Show.
that.
1982 Creep Show.
Sure.
I just
Yeah.
watched that the other night. It's still quite great.
Yeah,
Creep
it's,
Show.
I
Holds
mean,
up?
it
It's just,
really
it holds up because
it
it's
does.
just so original in its delivery.
and it's fun, but
Yeah.
I just love that movie. Tom
both of
Savini
them,
did-
both of them, Creep Show 2 as well.
Creep Show 2 is also good. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's the anthology stuff, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's I think it's the second one. They're out on like a float.
Yeah, that's the
And
second one.
there's
Yeah, the
like
raft.
yeah,
The
that's
blob
like
thing.
one of my favorite like horror shorts and one of those like VHS creep show type things ever. It's great.
That's really cool.
Oh yeah. So I mean, yeah, the inspiration comes from everywhere, man. Honestly, but I haven't really watched a horror movie I didn't enjoy yet. So
There you go.
that's that. Yeah.
Sonny, what about you?
Dude, that's such a hard question. I was I was trying to
I'll
bring
come
up
back to you.
one of the no. I was trying to think of like the corny ones. And have you? I know you have. Are you guys familiar with Valentine?
Yeah.
So that
With the
movie-
Cupid mask,
yes,
right?
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah.
So that one, it's terrible. It's really old, and it kind of brings down that like the early movie vibes. I would go Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 2003 with Jessica Biel.
Love that movie.
That's just because I don't know. I mean, of course she's hot in there, but
Yeah,
it's
I
a
agree.
great movie.
Yeah.
And then does Deep Blue Sea count?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
Does Deep Blue Sea count?
Sure.
Yeah, it counts.
All right.
If Deep Blue Sea counts, Anaconda counts.
Anaconda
agree.
counts
Wow.
for sure.
I'm gonna spoil Deep Blue Sea
a
a little bit
thriller?
for those of you who haven't seen it. When LL Cool J wasn't dead,
I was gonna watch it tonight.
bro. When I was a little kid watching that movie and
You
that
were like,
guy
"Oh my
wasn't
God."
dead, I was so hyped.
It was surprising when Samuel L. Jackson ended up,
That was
I
one
was
of
like,
the
what?
creepier moments.
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I was
ever.
like, what? I wasn't expecting that.
Do you still sing the LL Cool J song that's at the end of the movie?
Of
Of
course.
course.
That still pops
Naturally.
in your head.
That-
Of course.
Deepest, bluest.
Is
My
he
hat
saying-
is like a shark's fin.
Is he saying hat or hand?
Hat.
Hat. Okay.
Thank you,
When I was a
Father.
kid,
You
I
asked
was
the
like,
right
yeah,
guy.
like,
that
all
makes
right.
Shane
sense.
has been waiting for that question his
hat.
entire life.
Yeah, since
He was
I
at the
heard-
ready.
Preparing for that moment.
Yeah,
Um,
because he says it in the song "I'm Bad." He says the same thing.
he says the same verse.
Yeah, he says the same line.
Like, he actually.
My hat is like a shark's
You're like,
fin.
he's right. So, he's
I'm
right.
bad.
The Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, that's a great
One
one.
of my favorites.
Yeah,
Cabin in the Woods.
That's me and my wife's favorite movie.
Really?
that's a great movie.
Super
Great.
good.
Oh yeah. Have you looked at all the different monsters and like
No.
see? They have a bloater from Left 4 Dead on there. They have
You haven't
the
gone
twins from The Shine. Like if you pause
Wow.
that cube scene, there's a bunch of like callbacks to
Really?
the tree from Evil Dead's there.
That shocks
Interesting.
me that you haven't done that, Sonny.
No, I just haven't. I just don't know why I didn't think about like doing that.
Oh yeah, give it a quick pause.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Paul.
My turn?
Yeah.
Well, the first one I'll mention is kind of, we'll say, the remake of the inspiration a little bit for Cabin in the Woods. The 2013 Evil Dead
Yes.
is one of the few movies. I like the originals a lot.
Yeah.
They don't really scare me, but they're really good films. The 2013 Evil Dead remake is one of the few films that no matter how many times I watch it, it is scary every time. It's the atmosphere it sets, the brutality, all of it. It's really, really scary, and it gets me every single time.
I love that.
The other movie is, I'll go classic, the first Halloween. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Watch it time and
Yeah.
time and time and time again. It's not just a good scary movie.
No.
It's a good movie.
Absolutely.
And it's obviously there was Black Christmas and Texas Chainsaw Massacre before it, but it really like brought slashers to what they are today. I love that movie. And I will say definitely my favorite horror film of all time, and it blends like the sci-fi and kind of action things that I love, is The Thing.
I was going to
Das
say
Ding.
that.
Oh, yeah.
The Thing. I love that
You're
movie.
artsy, you know what I mean?
And I could watch it over and over. And the end, it's so great. It's ambiguous enough, but not too ambiguous.
So what do you think is going on at the ending? I'm curious to.
I think they're both good,
He was waiting for you.
and
to say
they're
that.
just going to die in the cold.
Yep.
Okay, so there's a there's a theory, right?
Mhm.
I
That-
know what you're going to say.
Is it the gasoline, right?
Yeah, because
Yes.
he
And the
hands
bottle.
him.
Talk about it. What's up?
Do you want me to say it?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I told
Um,
you guys. Say it at the same time.
So let's do it in unison. 3, 2, 1.
The
He
bottom.
hands Keith David.
No.
He hands Keith David the bottle, and he drinks it. And the whole time you can't see Keith David's breath, but you
Yeah.
can see Kurt Russell's. And he hands him the bottle,
Oh.
and he drinks it. And if you go back and watch, Kurt Russell's drinking from a different bottle, and he hands it to Keith David. Keith David drinks it, and as soon as he drinks it, Kurt Russell laughs, and they're saying that's Kurt Russell realizing he's screwed because he just handed that guy gasoline and he drank it like it was alcohol. That's because it's the monster.
Oh, that's creepy.
And John Carpenter, in his usual self, has refused to
Yeah.
confirm
completely
any of that.
vague about
yeah, he doesn't give a rat's ass. about that.
Father
Shane.
yes.
Shane, Father Guido. What is your favorite horror?
I find it so hard to just ask each other questions, and I'm like looking at each other.
I was like trying to get through what I was saying. Everyone's cracking up.
I wish I had a better Father Guido Sarsucci impression. I would did with all my
I'm
heart.
surprised.
But still,
I'm surprised you didn't work on that.
I tried a little bit before I came down here, and it didn't work out. That's why I did those 2 sentences at the beginning.
They were
of the
good.
show.
They were good, though.
Oh yeah, they landed with a thud. Now listen, probably number 3 for me, since Paul stole the thing,
Sorry.
He did
is
steal it.
Event Horizon. Is a
Oh,
great
that one's
film.
fun.
Yes, I hurt myself in a.
I'm glad you covered the toenail this time. Came to his house. I was like, all right, we're just gonna have him out.
Yeah, it was not cute.
We went to see
Disgusting
Shane this
feet.
week, and he answered the door.
Yeah, I
didn't
thought he was
know
gonna
you
be
could
like
get
laid up in the bed, but he was
in
fine.
traction.
No, you know.
Drinking beers.
Yeah,
We pounded beers.
I had enough pain medication and beer in me to answer the door at least.
He danced to the door, actually.
No, you were in a good mood.
But getting back to my favorite horror films, Event Horizon is number 3. I can't remember what number 2 is. Number 2 is The Omen. The Omen's number 2.
Fuck, that's my mom's favorite.
Yep.
Creepy.
And then
Carol's in here right now.
And then number 1 is Cabin in the Woods. Actually,
Yeah.
Both 2 of mine were stolen.
So I was
like
gonna say
that.
I stole the thing, but Sonny didn't sing steal Cabin in the Woods. Sing Cabin.
I
in the
mean,
Woods?
you know.
I don't know what's happening.
Cabin in the. No.
I like Sonny better. Now, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, those 3 are my favorite. I think everybody knows why. They're really, really great. But Event Horizon is a really underrated film.
That is.
Only
That
good
is.
movie
I
that
love
guy
that
ever
movie.
made.
Spooky. I agree.
Yeah.
That's
Without a doubt, yeah.
Brandon is in the chat. He said that about Event Horizon. He loved that one as well.
That's a great film. Brendan, you're absolutely right.
Dre said Freddy versus Jason, and I think I kind of retract my answer. That is probably one of my tops as well.
Just
that
watched
is
that the other day too.
so
That
good.
one's
I love
nuts.
Freddy
That's a
versus
nuts
Jason.
movie.
It's like a WWE match.
It is so
That's
crazy.
crazy. And it has the best soundtrack. Also,
does, yeah.
It opens up with like Mudvayne. There's Kill Switch at the end. I mean, there's just
Yeah.
it's so good. That
Can I-
movie's so much fun.
Can I give a quick shout out
No.
to a movie?
No.
Trick or Treat.
Oh, Trick or
yeah.
Treat's a good
Yeah.
movie.
Gene Simmons is in Trick or Treat. No,
Oh.
film, so.
I love
Brian
that movie.
fun.
Cox is in Trick or
yeah.
Treat.
Well, okay.
The original Hannibal Lecter.
Guy
Is it
Fox, tell
Yeah.
me your
Marcus, what you
favorite
got?
horror
Brian
films
Cox is
there.
in Trick or Treat.
So for me, it's more. There's not really a favorite movie. More like I like favorite
the old
franchises.
Okay.
So for me, because I'm a '80s kid, so I grew up watching all the B-rated kind of like '70s black
Oh yeah.
vampire movies that are just awful.
Nice.
Yes.
But for me, it would be like the Child's Play movies,
Yeah.
Ooh.
the Phantasm movies with the tall man, Angus
Yeah.
Scrimm with the flying silver orb
Creepy.
that drills into your brain.
Super creepy.
Oh, Phantasm. Yeah.
Phantasm, yeah. Boy.
It's great.
Angus Grimm, he just, may he rest in peace. He just died, I think, like 3 or 4 years ago.
He was creepy.
And so Child's Play, Phantasm, obviously Halloween as well.
Yeah.
And I grew up with I loved all of the Jason movies too, the Friday the 13th movies,
Yes.
even Freddy Krueger.
Absolutely.
And then you had those like the Blob and some of the Vamp with Grace Jones as a vampire. Yeah. So see, that's that's the video store never made it to the theater type stuff. So
Damn,
for me,
I miss
I'm kind of all
Blockbuster.
over the place. But those would be like the main franchises that I
It was
love.
Hollywood Video for me.
Yeah.
So
Video Park.
Just quick, who do you think is like the top like slasher villain in all horror?
Like the best or who?
Jason.
Not the best, or
Okay.
I guess okay. I
I
mean,
go
Or who
with
has the
Jason,
most
I
kills?
Jason,
Oh,
without a
actually-
doubt.
I would go with Jason. Yeah.
Probably Jason.
probably Jason, right?
Yeah.
But that's the most kills.
Okay,
So-
who do you think reigns supreme as the top slasher in the tree? Like if you were to do like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
versus, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Dude, I mean,
That's
right up
totally
until
Jason.
Halloween ends, it would it would be Michael Myers for
Halloween
sure.
Ends is a weird movie.
Halloween Ends is awful.
It's
Strange decisions you made with that film.
Watching Michael Myers get bodied by a teenager.
Yo,
is just
yo,
so
for real.
bizarre.
He takes his mask off. He's
Like,
like, give it to me.
No,
and
yeah.
they're-
yeah.
It's crazy. And the whole thing. David Gordon Green he tanked The Exorcist when they just tried to redo that whole
Oh
thing.
wow. I didn't-
Mike Flanagan's,
Mike Flanagan's
making
doing the
one.
next
Yeah.
one, and that's going to be terrifying.
Yeah.
He
So,
is just
Mike Flanagan's dope.
masterclass. That guy.
Hounding on.
Was it supposed to be a parody or something?
Different.
I don't know.
What Halloween Ends?
With being bodied by a teenager, like
It was
that's supposed to
weird.
be a
No,
parody?
did you watch it? It's
No,
it's
I
it's,
didn't.
it's
what they were going for was like how like Michael's like evil is infectious, and that's I think what they were trying to do.
They
But it really just
weird
felt like a
supernatural-
teenager lost his marbles and then beat up Michael.
because he got old.
Yeah.
Like you don't scare me. Shoot.
So is it Jason? I think it's Jason.
I think it's Jason. Yeah, my
Yeah,
vote would
right.
vote.
I think
It's Jason.
if we're going like peak, like the scariest
Yeah.
they've ever been,
yeah.
Freddy.
I
Hi, how are you?
mean, dude.
The dude invades your dreams.
When he in that bathroom or was it like the dorm room scene or whatever when he's like coming out like dude's chest or stomach or whatever and he like
Yeah.
slashes out and comes
Mhm.
terrifying.
He just-
Whoa.
Wow.
Hey, what did he say?
You
I didn't
you
say
okay,
that.
Paul?
Frank.
Gumby.
What?
You okay, Gumby?
Frank.
Frank, what's yours?
I know. What's yours? You didn't say yours.
I
Paul's
think,
having a moment.
I think maybe staying with the sci-fi vibe. I'd say probably the original Alien was pretty terrifying.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
That was really
Wow.
that was pretty crazy for me.
I can't believe
saw
we
the
almost
movie
didn't
when I
mention
was
that.
like little. I was watching with older cousins. I probably was not supposed to watch that. I saw that in American Werewolf in
Oh, yeah, no.
London. like the
gosh.
same, the
Just
same
watched that
like
yesterday.
2-3 day span.
Oh wow.
And I got in trouble for watching it because I told like my aunt or my mom or something that I was watching it, and they're like, "Where'd you see that?" I was like, "My older cousins." I was like, and we all got busted.
Oh wow.
Is
But-
that the
Snitch.
did everybody? I think the same thing happened to me, but the movie was Zombie that I should not have been watching. Like the chick that gets the wood thing and stuck in her eye and the stuff comes out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like in grade school watching Zombie, and I went home. I was just sick. I couldn't eat for probably a week. I couldn't eat after watching.
You know,
that.
you know, a corny movie I forgot to even mention. What is it? The House of Wax or whatever. What is
Oh
it?
my God.
The remake?
Paris Hilton?
Yeah,
Oh,
the Paris Hilton one.
When,
That's a fun one.
What's,
That's a
what's
fun
his name?
one.
Broke his leg, right? Chad Michael Murray. He
That's a
broke.
good
He
one.
fell and he broke his leg making
So
that movie.
Jared Padalecki's not in that one, right?
You don't know.
I don't think so.
I can't remember. Okay, but yeah, it's Paris Hilton and yeah, Chad Michael
Is
Murray.
it Paris
Yeah.
Hilton's character that gets her like Achilles slit from underneath the
Yes.
car?
Yes, going
Yeah,
down the
That,
she gets it
like,
bad.
it makes
because
me
they made parts of the
cringe every
set
time.
with wax
That
on
is
top
kinda
of like
squeamish.
particle board
Right.
and 2x4s and stuff, and people were really getting hurt. And Chad Michael Murray broke his
Jeez.
leg on set.
Well,
It's like Harrison Ford in the Millennium Falcon.
yeah.
Yeah, he
And in
really
real
crashed
life,
the
he
Millennium-
crashes
when he-
planes too.
Yeah.
When he
Yeah.
crashed the
Well, that guy is
that's
not
right
dead.
when he crashed the Millennium Falcon into the Death Star. I remember
No, you know
that
the,
blooper.
Method
the
acting
door
for
for,
that
the Millennium
movie.
Method
Falcon
acting
fell on
at its
him.
finest, bro.
Wow.
I thought it was the blooper reel when he
he's just
crashed the Millennium
he's just
Falcon.
he's a magnet for just
Yeah,
He is.
random.
He's crashed all kinds of
Injuries.
things.
Random carnage.
He's the best.
Jared Padalecki's in the Friday the 13th remake. Okay,
Yes.
so you
Yes,
said
he is.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Sonny,
Absolutely.
right? Okay, so I wanted to add to this too that
Please do.
Michael Bay produced both those.
He sure did.
Oh wow,
So he
that makes
knows
sense now.
to like, and for any producers eyeing somebody out there, how you doing? Yeah, horror films make money. You
Absolutely.
know?
Oh, yeah.
And
Sure.
So he's taken all of his what was his latest one for that? It was probably like Pearl Harbor money or The Rock money, and he put it towards making some horror films and made a ton of money on Texas Chainsaw and Friday the 13th.
It's the
Wow,
same
that's
director too.
crazy. I didn't even think
Something
about
Nispel, I
Mhm.
believe.
Yeah, that's
Like
the same
Marcus
guy.
Nispel or something like
I
that.
think that's his name.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah, that's that's just a great business move. I kind of want him to come back. Like, I mean, he should jump back into that.
The Stuff.
I don't
That's
know
a
what
good
he's doing
call
at
out,
this
Quan.
The
Dawn of the
Stuff.
Dead, 28 Days Later.
Dawn of the
Dread,
Dead,
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, 28 Days later is amazing.
28 Days Later is
I had
I had no
amazing.
idea that was
Lethal
Cillian
Weapon
Murphy.
Tanya,
Has one of the most disturbing endings I've ever seen.
Tanya says zombie strippers
Sick.
and Jeepers Creepers. Sure.
Jeepers
Very nice.
Creepers.
Very nice.
Big Carol with Critters.
Okay, Critters.
Okay.
Critters.
Yeah.
Critters is good.
Isn't Leonardo DiCaprio in that?
I don't know.
A young Leo.
Maybe.
Sounds like
I think
sounds
he
like a
is.
fact.
Fact check.
Stand by.
Tremors.
No, yeah, I was gonna say no one mentioned any alien stuff, dude. Signs scared the bejesus out of me. I'll say that word.
Signs was good.
Signs scared me. No,
I think I'm one of the 3 people that was very unaffected by that movie.
really?
Yeah.
That bush,
I
the
swear.
scene where the
Yeah, I
was
know.
like,
The little
"Oh!"
birthday party.
I was just so terrified.
It's
by
a
that.
great scene, but I was like, oh,
I think when it gets like beaten by a glass of water at the end, it takes so much away from me.
That's true.
What
about-
in Critters? Not Leo, but his Titanic co-star Billy Zane was in the movie.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Billy's.
Yeah.
Billy
What about
Zane.
Blair Witch Project? No one's mentioned.
was
that.
great. Oh, yeah, that was
I
good.
loved Blair Witch.
Me too.
Did you see the 2016 one?
No. Did they do a remake?
Dude, it's a sequel to, like, a true sequel to it. It's the original director. So
Oh, wow.
that movie was marketed as a film called The Woods. Okay.
Interesting.
Oh,
And you would see a trailer for it and it said there's something in the woods. And then, like, I think it was like 2 weeks before it came out, the word woods like shifted into that stick figure and it said the Blair Witch and all the posters in the theater changed.
Oh,
They just
yeah.
turned around. Dude, it was like the best marketing I've ever seen.
That's cool.
I could not get in that theater fast enough.
Brendan has said that has no one mentioned Ernest Scared Stupid.
Hell yeah.
Wow, good.
DiCaprio is in Critters 2, and Jennifer Aniston was in the first Leprechaun movie.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh, Leprechaun was
Those
scary.
movies are
Leprechaun in the
reading it.
hood, bro.
ridiculous. Back to the.
Thank you,
I
Brendan.
love Jim Varney, so anything Ernest is my stuff. That's my era right
What
there.
about Sleepaway?
All those John Cherry
Sleepaway
films.
Camp here?
Sleepaway Camp, yeah.
Yeah.
That's got the craziest ending.
It's wild, horrifying.
Some stuff was going on last weekend. We got some announcements and news as far as the New York City Comic Con, Sonny.
Yes.
We talked
yeah.
briefly about that. Wanted to get into a couple of the announcements or highlights. Our friend of the show, Patrick Horvath, writer of Beneath the Trees and illustrator Beneath the Trees or Nobody Sees. IDW announced that there's going to be a sequel follow-up.
Oh,
I think it's
wow.
called Rites of Spring. That's going to be
Sick.
sometime next year.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. I'm glad to hear that there's going to be a follow-up to that. That was a really creepy series. It was like a
He had
horror
mentioned
series,
on
you
here
know.
that he had somewhere he could go with it, but
Sure.
if that was the end of it, then he was happy with it. But it's nice to see that he is getting to continue that
That's super cool.
much deservedly acclaimed series.
Shane,
Absolutely.
we're finally getting a release date for the Daredevil Born Again
Yes!
series. It's going
Yeah.
to be March 4th,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
9 episodes
Hey.
for the season.
Not enough.
It's my anniversary.
Oh, that's cute.
That's probably why they planned it for that day.
I know. I can't wait to ignore my wife and watch Daredevil.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very excited.
He's kidding.
Spoken
Eva.
like a true man, right?
True man that's been married for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Eva, he's kidding, but also we'll probably be on your couch watching Daredevil with Shane in March.
100,000%.
Do you guys have a lot of hope for that series?
Yes, I do.
I do.
I do.
I do
think
too.
It's gonna be
I
good.
do too.
I like them to put out the trailer officially. They've it's been leaked twice,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
they've never officially released the trailer. You could see it
Yeah.
like in a grainy like
It looks cool.
This
it
looks
looks
cool.
It looks
Yeah.
badass, is
Yeah.
what I would say.
See it,
lots of
Hey.
badassery.
All I
340p,
need, all
360p.
I need is them to not like Disneyfy it, and I want them
Yeah.
to like keep it at least a little. Give me one dope hallway scene. You know, they got to
Yeah.
do like a badass hallway scene, and just don't Moon Knight it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right.
Don't
right.
totally
Yeah.
moon night it.
Don't moon
But
night.
you're
I
getting
enjoy Moon Knight,
Kingpin. Foggy's going to be in there. Karen's going to be back. You're going to have Daredevil, Punisher.
There's a big villain that's supposed to be in it, and I forget the name. With the mask and the
Brendan's going to put the name of the villain
Yes,
in a
he was.
second in the chat.
Yeah, he is.
'Cause we were talking about it.
It looks like if they do it correctly, that's always Daredevil's always been one of my favorites.
Sure.
Character wise, comic wise, the show has always been like hands down amazing. So
We will be doing a rewatch next year prior to Daredevil
alright.
coming out. We'll be doing some version of a run it back, maybe with the movie.
Yeah.
And each season we'll be.
we gotta
talking
start.
about
We
each
gotta start
season.
with the
Ben Affleck
Affleck
was
one.
counted.
We gotta start with the
I like
Affleck
that
one.
movie.
I love that movie. when I
Muse.
was
That's
a kid.
I
right,
do.
Brendan. I was going
Especially
to
the
say
director's cut.
Muse
The
is
director's
the
cut
character.
is better.
Yeah, it is. It gets corny a little bit, but I think
A little bit.
Evanescence with the electric scene, dude. Yeah,
sick.
with the
she's like, are you singing
like
right
what
now?
room is that in your house where
Yeah, she has like just like
sandbags just drop from the ceiling and she's like messing them up, you know?
It was really
Who
cool.
has to clean all that?
Her like she's
You know what
rich,
I mean?
so she
The
definitely has
Nachios butler.
the Nachios
needs to
butler
go in there and
definitely.
Sweep
No,
up
the
the
PAs
scene.
clean it after the scene's done and they come back with
To
it.
be
This is
honest,
true.
to be
All right,
honest,
to bring it, yeah, there we go.
yeah.
Thank you, Gumby.
Yeah.
The
asked.
other thing that came up, James Gunn sort of addressed the fact that they are close to putting out some type of trailer where you're going to see first footage of a Superman movie, but he's not in a rush, and that they're going to be starting in January shooting the Supergirl film.
Interesting.
So we could be getting closer to a trailer. I don't think they're going to get anything until probably Super Bowl. As far as
what
a
I've-
Superman trailer, I don't think.
What I've seen is
What's your take on the costume?
I
for
like
Superman?
it. I
Really?
mean,
Okay.
It feels a
I'm
little
like it.
excited
practical.
because I have faith in James Gunn.
Yes.
I don't want him, me personally, I don't want him directing a ton of projects for DC Studios. I want him to be in overseer.
Right.
Because he said
Right.
that, a lot of these
A
stuff are
Kevin
going to feel
Feige.
different tones and everything, the shows and the films and everything. And then he says, there's not one set tone for DC. He's embracing that, at least he's being proactive, before it.
I mean, they got James
stuff gets
Mangold on
messed.
Swamp Thing. That'll
Yeah.
be dope.
Dude, I can't wait for Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
And he says that the Lantern series is going to be like very
True Detective.
Detective.
Okay, that guy they casted is Hal Jordan, Chandler something. He has the most like amazing Sky Captain of yesteryear quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
that-
I
Yeah.
think it's
Bomber
a
That
good
makes sense.
casting.
No.
I think it's perfect
Kyle Chandler.
casting, and they
Yeah.
got Jon Stewart.
The guy that they did for Jon Stewart, I think it's great
From, like,
casting.
Ridge,
no, it's
yeah.
perfect.
The,
It's
the
perfect.
movie was
Pierre,
a little,
is that his
you know what I
name?
mean, kind of whatever, but it was.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
great.
I want to
He was
see.
great.
I want to see Lantern with white gloves, like the classic. The
okay.
white. Like that's such a
Interesting.
iconic look for me.
I
you
got
know?
the.
And then there's something else I was thinking about.
Think about
they were talking announcement wise. A lot of exclusives as far as like New York Comic Con. They're always going to be rolling out announcements and stuff. We're going to be getting into some comics stuff because DC has been putting a big push
Damn.
on
Damn, dude.
that absolute / all in universe. What
I'm
DC's
so
been
interested
doing
in
with
that.
the sort of new era, reintroducing a lot of stuff, kind of a jumping
some
on
stuff?
point for it. But one thing that we got as far as an
Canceling
announcement
Blade.
with regards to DC Comics, Marcus, beginning in March or April, Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee will be taking over again on Batman, and they're going to be
That's
doing a
incredible.
follow-up series to Hush.
Yes.
I heard it.
Zdarsky's
So sick.
run is coming
So
to an
sick.
end. Almost a 2-year run that Zdarsky's had with Batman.
Yeah.
So,
A
I
roller
don't
coaster of a run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been. It is.
there's been a lot of good stuff.
That's rad.
I've enjoyed.
Yeah, it just
his
hasn't
run.
been the constant high that I hoped it had or was going to be.
I would have to agree with Paul. I think. I mean,
been mediocre?
in all, no, not at all. But in all fairness,
Shut up, Shane.
I think any. I think in general, like when it comes to Batman, at this point, I think pretty much every story that you could write for Batman has been written.
Sure.
So it's actually, I think at this point, it's very much a creator's challenge to try to do something fresh and unique.
Well,
at
that's
this
why
point,
I've liked.
without repeating the lore.
What's the one that Aaron's doing right now? Jason Aaron, Offworld?
Yes.
That's why I love that one so much because it takes Batman to a place he's never really been on his own.
Right.
But Shane, you said like it's been mediocre. I wouldn't even put it like that. Like you know how there's movies where you watch it and the whole movie is just okay, and then there's other movies where there's really good parts and really bad parts.
Right.
That's been Zdarsky's run. There's some really high highs and some really low lows. It's been like up and down from start to finish. Like one arc is great, that next arc is gobbledygook nonsense, and then the next arc is great, and then nonsense.
Gabagool.
Right.
The Gabagool.
I digress.
Wow.
Which is surprising because he's still one of my favorite writers.
He's phenomenal.
So it's kind of like, wow. So it might be either it could be editorial issues, it could be just running out of steam, it could be him being distracted with his other projects or whatever he might be taking on.
He took a swing, which I appreciate.
Yeah, he may also be planning for whatever he's got going on in the future because with the All In initiative, there's probably other projects that he's going to probably be part of or whatever.
Yeah.
There could be something else they have to have attached him to, like down the line.
Yeah. So he might be so he might be kind of stretched a little, kind of like Tom Taylor. That was kind of what I was worried about him because he's all over the place, and then it's like, okay, we need to
That's a really cool.
let's not burn him out. Let's not do like with Jed McKay, what's happening with Jed McKay with Marvel. Let's not put him on every book. Let's kind of, quality over quantity, people. Quality over quantity.
We've been yelling about comics. It's time for Shane to yell at us.
Yep.
Let's get this intro.
Give us a
Let's get this
blessing.
intro. Let's get this intro going.
All right. You know what, everybody? Do yourself a favor right now before we go any further and get out your books, schnooks, because it's time once again for the one, the only Cop or Drive! You got 3 minutes to understand what I'm saying. 3 minutes to get yourself together. Explain your books, and if we like it, we'll come. If we don't, we're gonna drop it. Yeah.
Dude.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dude.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm a man of God, but when it comes to cop or drop, I don't mess around. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking
I'm
about?
afraid.
You're not always
was
from the
so
church.
Yeah,
You're not
sometimes
always
you got to
from
get a
the
little evil when it comes to these guys in here.
You're still from the streets.
So what he was
From the
talking
hood.
about. All right. So look. So we're gonna do the timer thing. So look, you got
3 minutes.
3 minutes to sell our guests on your comics.
You're
okay.
On
So-
whatever it is, we got 2 or 3 books.
So whatever,
it is.
you got to pick. You got to like which. Pick like maybe 1 or 2 of which you think
I've got the 2 I'm going to dive
you're
into.
super into. I mean, you got 3 minutes. If you want to do a minute a comic, do the thing. Let's get like who? Like Shane, you got a timer? Let's do,
Oh, well,
let's do
yeah,
some
I
timer
can
stuff.
I'll do the timer.
Let's
Bonesaw
go.
is ready.
As our guest, I would like you to pick. Who would you like to go first?
Paul looks like he's ready to go.
Paul
Sure.
is definitely ready to go.
All right, ready? Is my
Batman.
timer ready?
Hold on.
Wait, hold on.
Who's got it?
Give me 1 second, please.
Suck. After that intro, I thought you had it, dude. I got it.
I didn't know
dude.
we were going to have a timer.
No, I got it, dude. I got it.
All right,
You
3
got it?
minutes and 3, 2, 1. Hit it!
All right, so we got the All In Initiative. I got 2 books I'm going to dive into, but first I wanted to touch on all the new All In stuff. Not some of the ones that, there's a couple that Frank's going to touch on that I'm not going to talk about.
Batman.
But,
I love
I
Nightwing.
mean, Batman, Nightwing, all the new
likes Superman.
teams.
Willie.
Zdarsky, his last arc on Batman. We have our buddy PKJ's Batman
Yes,
and Robin.
of course.
And we got Tom Taylor on
Detective.
which is awesome. And then, of course, Absolute Batman, which is going to be the best-selling comic of the year, and it's not going to be close. But the 2 that I'm going to try to sell Tyler on here are the DC Horror Presents, which is a new kind of 4-issue anthology going on. There's 2 stories in this,
Cheat
and
code he's already in.
the one that really sold me is the second one. It's called The Woeful Wonder Woman, and it's a bloody, gory nightmare of a Wonder Woman story. It's phenomenal. The first story is about like a dollhouse thing, and it's also good, but the Wonder Woman one, seeing her in a horror-esque story was really cool, and seeing them be over-the-top violent was very enjoyable. Also, the cover for this is freaking awesome.
It really
That
is.
looks amazing.
There's no
Art's
Superman in this
great.
comic, so don't get your hopes up. But
Wow.
the cover is
boo.
awesome. And then
misleading.
the other one with,
Yeah, super.
with,
False advertisement.
That's a count against him. It's a
with
misleading,
all the
yes.
books that came out these last 2-3 weeks, my favorite is a book from Rodney Barnes and Steven Subic called Batman Full Moon.
Glow in the
And
dark
it
cover.
is
Oh, what?
It is Batman
Wow.
versus a werewolf.
Yeah, that cover is insane.
And I don't think
That
there's
is
anything
so
more
sick.
that I need to say.
How much time does he have left?
It's really phenomenal.
He's only gone 40 seconds in, so he's
The
good.
art
Oh, look
is
at that
great.
art. Oh, that's
It's
wow,
really,
dude.
really phenomenal. Subic's a beast. Barnes weaves a great narrative to start this arc or
Philadelphia,
this
man.
this run. I just dropped the things on
1
the
minute.
in yet.
That
Oh my
is
God.
that was a cheat code. That was a cheat code. So
But
That's
but
right.
yeah, Full
That's-
Moon was awesome, and among all the awesome things that have come out, that was probably my favorite. And like I said, all the All In Initiative stuff has been great since I got a little bit more time. Mark Waid,
awesome cover.
Batman and Robin
beautiful.
Year One,
Awesome
awesome.
cover.
Chris Samney.
Waid is Chris Samney. Yeah, I can't forget to mention him as the artist. Except for that, I did. Michael Janin back on Detective, and now with Tom Taylor. And again, PKJ for Batman and Robin.
Dude, you started off so fast, and now that you realize you have time.
I know, I was trying to go fast. But
We're at 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
this
20
all-in stuff
20
has
seconds.
just been phenomenal, and it's really fresh start. And there's one that I haven't talked about yet, which the boys have over there, but Frank's going to talk about it. It was one of my favorites as well. This whole initiative for DC is off to a really great start.
I second.
But Batman Full
3,
Moon was my favorite
2,
of the
1.
everything I got over the
Yeah,
past
done. Yeah, done.
Wow. Very good.
Yeah,
Nice
done.
job.
That was great. I'm so in on Full Moon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Frank, what you got?
All right.
Wait. 3, 2, 1. Explain yourself.
Okay, so everybody's been talking about the Absolute line. There's been 3 books that have been released, or the third one's gonna be coming out next month. Absolute Superman,
Yes.
Absolute Batman was really cool. Kind of saw like
do you know about this?
overly violent version of Batman, I guess is the best way to say it. You're basically taking the Trinity, the big 3 characters in their solo series. You're taking away their resources and their support systems, and just like they're finding ways
Batman's
to
a regular guy.
survive.
He's just a regular.
Ridiculous.
Is it just this one issue?
So far.
Okay.
Well, it's gonna be like a
It's going to be a whole
Okay.
thing.
Absolute Batman, I thought was great. I thought it was really well written, and I thought the art was better than the book I'm going to talk about. But as far as writing and expectation for what I thought I was going to get, it blew me away. This is Absolute Wonder Woman.
Oh,
And
crazy cover.
So basically, is to kind of change up her origin. I was going to flip through a little bit of the art to show you guys some of the art pages and stuff. Basically, she's raised in hell
yeah.
Man.
by her
She's
former
not in Themyscira, she's been
arch
raised in hell.
nemesis, Circe, and
Right.
she's also taught magic. And she's like putting blood on her face and fighting
Just tattoos
demons
and like a
stuff like
berserker
that.
sword.
Dude, it's ridiculous. And I think that the art was better for Absolute Batman as a whole. But
Right.
I thought that this book was probably a better story from
Right.
my standpoint. I thought it was a better story.
That's fair.
That's
and
fair.
I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to what's going to be happening for this book going forward. They can't mention the word Amazon. Like they block Circe from saying the word Amazon. And then towards
Interesting.
the end of the story, Wonder Woman or Diana says Amazon. And then she's basically claiming her birthright that she's
We're at
the
2
last
minutes.
Amazon left.
Right.
So it's pretty crazy.
1 minute
okay.
left.
I really enjoyed it. And then the other one is, just kind of a shout out to Daniel Warren Johnson, who is fantastic. He's been great on the whole Transformers run. This
You've been
series
digging that.
is called "The Moon Is Following Us." Parents are searching for their lost daughter. There's like a whole dream sequence kind of going on in the first issue. I kind of felt like this should have been the first issue, but it's issue number 2. But I digress. Riley Rossmo on art. It is super
I love the
crazy.
title.
that's cool.
And Daniel Warren Johnson, there's a lot of
30 seconds.
heart notes and stuff like that in that first issue that really I really enjoyed. I thought it had a lot of good emotional beats, but I really want a second, if not second, I want a third. I am all about the All In Initiative. I'm excited for it. I'm pumped for it.
Okay.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen with more. We got announcements of, speaking of New York City Comic Con, we got announcements
5
of
seconds.
more stuff. Absolute Flash by Jeff Lemire.
That's it.
Oh,
that's it.
that's
That's
gonna
it.
be
That's
Absolute.
good.
That's it.
I need. I'm getting.
You
talking.
gotta catch up on these.
On these absolutes.
Shut your
Yeah,
mouth.
100%.
Marcus,
Yes.
what do you have?
All right,
Okay.
here we go.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Explain yourself.
All right. So I knew everyone was going to double down on the whole All In initiative, and I'm right there with you. It's been phenomenal. But there's one that's I think everyone's kind of sleeping on, and it's a new Ryan Perot book called Vicarious.
Ooh.
Boom Studios. How would you like to be able to live vicariously via a implant into your chest and experience different things while you're tethered to someone? Ultimately, anyone from around the world, anywhere in the world, you can feel what they feel, think what they think, and feel their sensations without really knowing them. Anonymous, totally anonymous. Well, you can do that vicariously. You can experience their thrills if they're running, jumping off buildings, if they're committing murder, if they're doing whatever. You can feel those sensations and live vicariously through them with just a small, modest fee. Very haunting.
Small, modest.
Yeah, very haunting and very good setup. This guy and phenomenal artwork too.
I love it.
Panosian is the artist of the cover, and it's absolutely phenomenal. So this one I think everyone should check out. This might be a sleeper.
Marcus might have just stole my win.
That could be.
That's a great description. I don't know, but that cover is.
Oh man. And then this one's kind of just, every now and again, it's not always about comics. Sometimes some of the things that can inform us about comics can be just as entertaining. This is a Godzilla encyclopedia written by Nishikawa Shinji. And it's essentially an encyclopedia that gives you like biographical information on all the different kaiju, to include the different eras of Godzilla, King Kong,
Cool.
some of the various kaiju.
I love that. That's great.
What was his name again?
It's who the guy?
Yeah, the guy.
Nishikawa Shinji.
Hoi.
Yes. Hi. So, and it's called Godzilla the Encyclopedia, Megalon, all the different characters. They have, it has the date, their biography, when they were introduced. It's actually a really fun sort of kind of like encyclopedia type of
cool.
kind of deal.
You ever play that early 2000s Godzilla King of All Monsters video
Yes.
games on the GameCube?
Yeah, dude, the fighting game.
Killer.
Yes,
That was so
that
fun.
was
Love
really
that
that was
game.
really badass. I love that.
Mecha Godzilla, baby.
And then
Yes.
finally,
Me too. 30 seconds.
I don't know what it is, but I've been doing a lot of Rick Remendering lately. And all of his big Rick
What is that?
Remender. He's a writer.
It's the writer.
Known for his impressive run on Uncanny X-Force, which has not been topped to date. I got the deluxe edition of The Scumbag, which is a 14-issue series following a guy named
10 seconds.
Ernie Ray, who's a washed-up drug addict, and he gets a power serum that makes him into a super good. Shut up!
Get up.
Yeah.
Get up.
That was really good.
The
actually.
Godzilla one.
That was amazing.
It was. It felt good too.
All right, so-
it was like a rush. I got a little rush at the end.
Yes, because you were like, I gotta.
Well, like when you,
my.
like it's,
Oh,
it's-
man.
I like this format a lot.
It
It's
does.
really cool. I get
It
to
made me
yell.
palpitate.
Palpitate.
I get to yell even more than I
Made me
normally do.
What?
Got me all moist in this mask.
Dude, I had to take the mask off, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, I was getting moist too, man.
It is. It's getting a little moist in here.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to make it through the whole thing.
Before the
Hey,
moisture
you did
takes
make it
over,
through,
you guys
yes.
need to vote.
Yeah.
Okay, so as our guest, if you were to pick one comic that you are absolutely sold on that you will cop, and then which one were you just like,
My little pony.
Okay, I'm copping Batman Full Moon.
Yeah,
right.
that's
100%.
pretty dope.
Yeah, Rodney Barnes is a killer.
I'm
It's dope.
dropping whatever that last one was.
You don't like orgies and
I mean, that's not that I
drug
don't
addicts
like
watching-
them. I was just confused that entire time.
Yeah, that's
fair.
fine. That's
It's
fine.
totally
That-
fair.
that-
I'm sorry.
That's part of Rick Remender's charm. So
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Totally fair. So I mean, I think I kind of agree. I really like that cover. That was insane. I'm just totally sold on all this absolute everything.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is so cool.
Absolutely.
this absolute Wonder Woman looks insane. The design with the tattoos, a berserker sword, and like
Bro.
it's basically like a hell Pegasus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
it's so
Well
it's
put.
so sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Spoken
mean,
like a true
what are you gonna call me?
G on that. Yeah, I like that. Hell,
I like Vicarious. The Vicarious book
Yeah,
looks
but-
absolutely insane.
That was really cool.
It does.
Yeah,
That's the one
it
I'm
actually had a kind of a creepy element to it too,
that's
especially if you
great.
saw the ending.
I'm kind of I'm definitely a little upset that like Paul wins a little bit. You know what I mean?
You're mad about that?
Well,
A little bit.
Hey,
Technically.
Paul technically didn't win. It was Gumby. Okay.
Yeah,
That's true.
Gumby.
Oh,
There you
good
go.
job. Gumby.
We all win
Paul
with
spoke
Gumby.
to my soul with that werewolf one, dude. That was like
I knew that. Yeah, I was like, as soon as
I
the
was-
cover art, and I was like, all right.
I
he's-
was
that's
excited
it.
for this book when it got announced and I put it on my poll, but then when I got it in hand, it was like even cooler than I had expected because it was like it's been a big month for comics,
It has
especially
been.
DC.
It
So
has
this
been.
got lost in the shuffle a little bit. I kind of almost forgot I had it on my poll, and when I got it and saw the cover, I was like,
Dude,
That's
I
a really
forget about
good
this one?
point.
it's
Yeah.
insane.
It is.
and it's
Beautiful.
dope.
dude,
Yeah.
With
absolute.
all the stuff they've released, it's kind of like, oh yeah, Full Moon, Batman Full Moon's out.
and that,
also.
and that is
Stephen
ac-
Subig
and
on
that
top
is
of- on
actually
top of that,
that's
yeah.
actually
Yeah.
why I picked Vicarious, because that was something that I picked off of the shelf. I didn't even hear about it. I never even heard it, and I was like, let me give this
Yeah,
a
it's
shot,
always-
because
it's always
Ryan
nice.
Perot is really good. He's good with the Power Ranger stuff and the crossover stuff that he did with Power Rangers. So
Mighty Morphin.
yeah, that Mighty Morphin baby.
Tyler,
really
thanks
cool.
for putting up with us.
you guys are
Thank
amazing.
you
This has
so
been a
much.
blast.
No, I had
This
to
is
change.
great.
Now I'm normal.
Thank
Now I'm
you.
normal. I don't know about you guys. You guys are all weird.
You're not peaceman. We're
This is the guy
weird.
with
You guys are all
the
weird.
Oh,
Hey,
guys
I'm
are all
gonna
weird.
keep with the moistness.
You guys are
until it's in.
fantastic.
I'm
I do
wearing
have a
this for the
question
rest
for
of
you
it.
guys, though, all of you together.
The master's
Yes,
getting
Tyler,
itchy,
please.
and I didn't want to just do
Tyler
it.
has a question, Sonny. Shush.
Are you guys playing any horror games right now through the month of October that are worth mentioning?
Silent Hill.
No.
No.
Silent Hill.
Yeah, okay. Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
Are there babes involved?
Oh, it's good.
It's
there are
so
mannequin babes. Yeah.
good.
Oh, okay.
It's so you're playing it. Yeah.
It's
Dude.
so good. It's
Oh, yeah.
always so creepy.
They don't.
Favorite
They don't talk
God.
back.
about
It's
you?
so creepy. Yeah. I mean, I have to do my yearly Resident Evil 2 run.
Resident Evil 2 is always the
Dead
move.
Space. But yeah, Silent Hill 2's got all
All the attention.
the attention, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm playing
I'm
the
going-
heck
It's really
out of
good.
it.
I'm going crazy with the horror movies and the shows, so no games for me. But my girlfriend and I started watching Midnight Mass, the Mike Flanagan.
That is one of.
bro.
No, you don't like it?
you don't like Midnight Mass?
I
okay.
loved that show.
I know.
Really?
Everyone loves
I
is it?
loved that show.
What is
That
it?
is
What
the
is
most-
it?
You don't know about it?
I do not know.
boring thing in the world.
Oh, really?
I'm digging
My
it.
No!
Flanagan, I'm sorry.
I'm
It
taking
is
your word for it. I'm
No,
hard
dude,
to
it's
watch.
good.
Dude, if I wanted to listen to Kate Siegel yap
No
for an
ranks.
hour an episode, I would have
I'm out.
married her myself.
He's already, you're already,
the heck?
he's
I'm
out.
out.
I'm only
I'm
2
out.
episodes in, but I've liked it so far.
But the
I
one's
dig
called
it.
Midnight
No, I
Mass
dig
way
it.
better.
It's called Midnight
I
Mass.
don't.
It's
I don't.
Netflix. Who's the star dude?
Netflix.
Who's the guy? He's in a bunch of stuff. I don't know. You know.
Who has it?
There's a twist that happens midway through, and then it ends up being what
It's like
I
3
thought,
years ago, right? It came out.
Yeah.
what I thought was actually kind of creepy. And I remember finishing it thinking I kind of like this. So, damn. That sucks.
Over the Haunting of Hill House?
I haven't-
Wow, that is funny. Yes.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
dude.
that's so much better.
I don't know why. I didn't connect to that
so
one.
Oh man,
That's crazy.
that one
But-
terrified me.
So I haven't watched any of those. I know, criminal, but we're starting to work through them, and we decided to start with Midnight Mass because it feels less connected than the
laughing.
other two. So we want to watch this one and then the
Yeah,
other
this
two
is its
together.
own thing.
Yeah.
Well, so is the Haunting of Hill House. That's the only story with that. They have like the Haunting of Bly Manor also.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
figured
not,
that was
they're not
connected. I
connected.
guess it's
They're
not
not connected
but
at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
we started
No.
with Midnight Mass. But I want to watch all the Mike
love
Flanagan
it.
stuff.
Real quick, you guys have been watching the Penguin series.
Yes.
You guys are up on
I'm
that
caught up.
stuff.
Yeah.
You're caught up. You're
I'm up on
current.
it.
Yes.
Duh,
Real
bro.
quick, Shane,
Yeah.
what have you thought about the show so far?
Absolutely brilliant.
It is.
It's insane how great it is.
Master class.
It's just great.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
It's everything
I'm
I've
sorry.
ever. It's everything I ever dreamed of in a Batman villain show. It's just
Very gritty,
he's
grounded.
absolutely great.
All right, thank you, Father. Um, Marcus, what do you think about the Penguin shows?
I think it's very gritty, grounded. It's basically DC's equivalent of Daredevil. The show, just like it's very dark.
okay,
it's
yeah.
very,
I like that.
It's very powerful, very thought after. I mean, Matt Reeves should actually just take over all the Batman stuff. Honestly.
I kind of agree. Also,
Absolutely.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I would be totally cool with that. And I mean, just super powerful, just amazing show. Kudos to them for that. I mean, they're doing an amazing job.
They're doing the
They're
damn
taking a character like Victor who means nothing and turning him into something that's actually relevant to the story with Penguin. And we're watching him grow as a supporting character too, along with Penguin. And it's been amazing.
Sophia.
Yeah, it's I can't. It's a show
She's
that I
fantastic.
can't
That's
binge.
Pookie. That's
you
my
can't really
Pookie.
binge it because it's very
Talking
dark.
about Pookie.
the thing
very
is,
good.
What you know about Pookie?
You're right.
the thing with the Matt Reeves thing, it's obviously
Crushing.
fantastic.
Crushing.
Batman is incredible. We just kind of got out of a grounded Nolan verse with Batman, so it's
Right.
like if I have to sit through another Maroni Falcone like thing with Batman again, like
Are you
I'm
not
gonna
feeling
lose
it?
my effing mind, dude.
Okay, so you need something.
I need a little
you need
more
something else.
fantastical things happening.
So
You
you're
need
looking
something else.
like a little Clayface.
You need some
a little-
Clayface, some Hush, some
Right.
like Victor Freeze.
And if he does Clayface, it's
gonna be grounded.
The original Clayface was a serial killer that was inspired by Jack the Ripper, so that would be
Yeah.
cool. See,
Yeah.
it's like I like that stuff, but also bring in something kind of
Nutty.
crazy for a
Going
second,
nutty,
and then
yeah.
shut it down. Almost.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what? But I agree with you.
I like Man Bat.
this-
I want to see Man Bat.
The
Oh,
second,
my
the
God,
second-
that's
Yeah.
That would be
so
I got
far
you.
down the line.
The
But I
second
mean,
episode
no
of,
more
of
Joker.
Penguin, I was just like,
Cable Joker.
I was like, this is a little too mobby for me. Like, I go, this
Yeah.
is way
It felt
way
like-
too
it felt like
mobby.
Godfather.
it was
Yeah, it
like
felt
a
like
Godfather,
Godfather.
Sopranos in a Batman universe. Which honestly, if you say that out loud, you're like, no, there's nothing really wrong with that. But there is points in the
But I agree with
in the
you.
show.
They need to do something wacky.
If you go back to me and Frank's amazing review after we watched the
Yes,
the
it
show,
was great.
Absolutely.
watch the
Loved it.
entire thing and decode what we actually say because we
Oh,
were
yeah.
sober and did
We
it
did it
Ew.
ish.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
case of beer.
Slice of
that's
shroom
it?
there.
No, a little bit. Yeah.
Slices.
No, I'm just. It's look.
You're like channeling your inner
I'm like,
mobster.
yo,
What is happening?
yo, all
going
jokes
on here?
aside,
Gabagool.
Gabagool, eh?
all jokes aside,
Give me the cookie.
Oh
know what I mean?
God, Gumby,
Give me the
stop it.
cookie.
the gigantes, you know. So no, real talk. I think it's a masterclass. I think it's an amazing show. It's great that they have the Sunday HBO whatever line, whatever.
Like they have that
They
spot.
have that spot. You know
That
what I mean?
spot
It's
is a good
event
spot.
type viewing to be on Sunday night at 8-9 o'clock on HBO. That's the spot you want to be in.
Oh yeah,
I've said
100%.
it since the beginning, since we got the first show and the trailer. Like, why are we getting a Penguin show? This seems kind of weird, and it's definitely going down in my top, like whatever list you want to talk
I
about.
did
it's so
not
good.
have high hopes for the show.
No, not at all,
When
dude.
they-
I thought
they
it was like,
oh, we're gonna have a Penguin series. I go,
kind of
okay.
lame, bro. Why do we need
I
that?
guess.
And you know, my friend who does the sound for Warner Brothers, who did the first Batman, they didn't get asked to do the sound for Penguin, but he was telling me that he was a little puzzled about that. But
Interesting.
yeah, which I thought was weird. But he's coming back for the sequel.
Nice.
Very cool. I've loved it. I think it's phenomenal. I think I completely agree with you guys. It's great. I am ready for more fantastical Batman stuff.
Right.
I am hoping that we get our fill on that with the Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
Batman Brave
yeah.
and the Bold in the DCU. I do also hope maybe we get because
I can't even take him seriously.
I know.
said-
That's so funny.
Reeves said he will not ever completely jump into the waters of
Yes, he said
sci-fi.
that.
Okay.
But I feel like that leaves the door open is he's going to dabble. And I think if he can do a kind of like grounded but interesting take on like Clayface or
Yes.
Mr. Freeze,
Court of Owls, man.
Court of Owls, I
That's
really
the
hope they
big
do
rumor.
that.
I
like that.
hope that
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
like
that's
somewhat involved
It
in it.
fits
That's good
because
stuff.
they say
Yeah.
it a bunch in the Batman the film. They like the DA says that, like, as he's about to blow up, like, he immediately, you remember that? He was like, it's the whole system. And he's like, you have to like talk. And he's like, nope, not talking. I'm going to blow up. Like, screw that. Like, they like instantly did not give up.
Yeah, they've set that up perfectly.
I personally love the grounded version stuff with Batman just
Me too.
because
I do too.
I love just the detective stuff, and I love the fact that Robert Pattinson's Batman is grounded and like a Clayface.
Detective Batman.
I think the stretch that we're getting is it's going to be filmed in the wintertime, so everybody's going towards Mr. Freeze. That is going to be the hardest thing to kind of ground, I would say.
Right.
Because if they do Clayface, if they do Court of Owls, if they do, you have God, all the characters. But if I feel like Victor Freeze would be like how are you gonna make him Mr. Freeze? You know what I mean?
He gets a freeze gun.
He gets a freeze gun. Like, how are we gonna do it?
Everybody
and I know
chill.
that, and I know that they could
Get Arnold
probably
back.
do it. Spoiler alert! I love that movie, man. So,
Fun movie. I
I love that movie
What
so much.
killed the
No, but there's a
dinosaurs?
way. There's a way for them to
The
pull it
Ice
off.
Age.
Ice Age.
There's a way
Involving
for
the
them to
flood
pull it
of
off.
some- huh?
But
Talk
yeah,
to me.
sure. There's a way for them to pull it off. The issue is that with your like Nolan verse deal, and then with what Reeves is doing, it's sort of in a pocket universe. It doesn't
pocket
really
universe.
translate the same way if you're connecting it to like Justice League type, intergalactic type levels of things.
Yeah.
It doesn't work the same way.
That's true.
So
Right.
they have to make these villains more grounded and whatever. Because even if you remember, they're introducing like the villain of the week, where they're doing like the Gotham series. You would see some of the episodes. You're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like
Right.
it seems very like grimy and gritty. Like we're in Gotham. Like these guys are shady villains, whatever. And then you have like somebody who's like being a kind of over the top with their origin story or whatever with the villains, and it's like this doesn't really work.
Well, they
So-
clearly made it kind of, they already basically decided that they were gonna not do the intergalactic stuff when they decided to X out all the Zack Snyder stuff, because he was already setting
Sure.
up all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So now we're going gritty grounded. So now really the only other options would be like the Court of Owls stuff.
Yes.
If you want to do maybe more Gotham Central stuff, if you don't want to do any of the, if you don't want to feature Batman, but you want to maybe feature Gotham more, they can maybe look into like the Gotham Central run that Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker did, where you're just focusing on the police and their day-to-day cases and their police procedurals. If you want to do it that way, that could tie in with the Green Lantern series that they're trying to do.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
I mean, there's options that
You
Matt
got
Reeves
these.
can
You got
do.
these mushrooms that they're bringing in. Bring in
He
a
would make a mushroom.
Bliss
reference.
shrooms.
the bliss shrooms.
Yeah, there
if
you
you bring
go.
in a poison ivy, maybe she was a professor in Arkham, and that's how like they developed this thing.
Yeah.
Boom, you got a grounded poison ivy.
Yeah.
There you go.
A hush.
Grounded works.
Yeah,
you know?
like it really does.
It's cool.
It
It'll
could-
be
it-
cool.
Right.
I would be so stoked for that. There's so many stories that I think that you can get out of that.
Real quick, Shane, we're working our way out of here. Do you want to see Robert Pattinson be the Batman in James Gunn's Gunniverse?
I don't see why not. I think it's the latest thing that's going on as far as Batman is concerned.
the latest thing that's going on. Is that what you got for it?
Yeah, you mind? Shush! You took your costume off. You mental
Oh, got
patient.
him.
How dare you?
The guy
No,
who
wait,
makes
like-
us
I'm not
grief.
trying to be Marcus, man. I'm drunk. I'm not trying to be like jumping around, doing the peacemaker dance
How dare you?
at the end of the damn
You would have
show.
rocked it though.
I'm
You
saying- I
would've
would've,
rocked it.
man.
I'm saying
I
this.
practiced half of it. I wasn't gonna do it.
I'm saying this.
I
Like,
worn my wigging tips.
if you wanna put Pattinson in as Batman, I don't think anybody's gonna be against it. Everybody liked the Batman, even though it was 3 hours long. That's the only thing I
Stop
disliked
hating.
about the movie. But other than that, I thought it was dope.
All right. Marcus, real quick, what'd you think if Robert Pattinson gets named as the Batman?
I think it would
In-
be good because at this point, everyone's fatigued with all the multiverse and multiple alternate
yeah.
characters from the Marvel side.
Have some
point.
synergy.
If you had
Real
if you
good
had
point.
a clear cut, this is the Superman, this is the Batman, this is the Wonder Woman, we can all latch onto it and be happy.
Well, she ain't gonna be the Wonder Woman, but
That's
Gumby,
fine. Another one is fine. Another one's fine.
Gumby, what do you think?
Here's my take on this.
Oh boy.
Ready? All right.
Say what you
Start
want,
the
Gumby.
timer. Start the timer.
Say it with your chest.
Start the timer.
Um,
He really
I
likes Superman.
I
I really like Superman.
like
What's that?
Superman.
I
Willy,
Superman.
Willy likes Superman.
Are you widowy talking about Superman? Like
Superman.
You widowy talking about Superman.
First of all, his name is Kal-El. Okay.
Actually,
Kal-El.
it's Clark Kent.
Oh,
Quack Kent.
Quack Kent.
That's my new stage name. Quack Kent.
Oh man.
I love that.
Anyways, are we ready?
Cowell.
please
That's-
go
no,
on.
go ahead.
Yeah, what's your
No, I'm down for the 2 takes, and here's why. I think if they
Your
delineate,
3 minutes is up.
all right. Well, that's my.
No, go
excellent?
ahead.
Moving on.
I think if they can delineate it with like a
Good
different color
word. Good
scheme.
word. Good word.
How many points is that?
Delineate, yeah.
It's a $10
10.
word.
Wow.
Good.
But with like a different color scheme, like make the gun DCU version gray. and
Delineate.
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 Delineate. Delineate.
Keep going, Paul. Or Gumby.
Fight through, man.
Delineate.
Delineate.
Are you sad right now, Gummy? What is
Blue.
happening?
Quan wanted another controversy situation, and it wasn't going to happen.
Delineate.
Delineate.
Delineate. But make the Batman gray and blue,
I know.
as opposed
Yeah,
to the
yeah, that
darker
makes
colored Batman in the Batman.
They tried that in the Flash.
But also,
Yep.
well, that was.
Yeah.
They could do it.
That was
do a Dan
gross,
Mora
bro.
inspired. Do a Dan Mora inspired Batman scheme with the gray and the nice deep blue. I think that would be really awesome. We haven't seen that in live action since Adam West. That was obviously of the era, but I think they could do something really interesting with that.
Realistically,
It could
though,
be a
on
head
camera,
nod
do you
to
think
it.
that would actually look good?
Yeah, absolutely.
It could be a
I
head
don't.
nod.
I don't think that.
I-
It
I think
depends
that-
on
I think-
how
I think they-
modernized they make it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think they dialed back because that is not the move. Bro.
I think they dial back the creature of the night aspect of Batman in that version.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he's a little bit further along in his adventures. And the reason I like it is because those are the things I love about comics. You get the grounded Batman story with Court of Owls, and then you have stories like Batman Offworld,
Right.
where Batman's out in outer space in his gray and blue costume fighting aliens. You have the two, and you got the best of both worlds.
Both
I
worlds?
would, yes.
Best
I
of
can pronounce
both worlds.
delineate, but not
Yes,
both.
dude.
Um,
I'm so glad I
But
got that.
I would really love that. And personally, I wouldn't mind if they went and said Robert Pattinson was
Your
going to
3
be.
minutes are up, dude.
Yeah, well, my bad. I kept getting interrupted. So, if he got put in the DC universe, I wouldn't be against that. I would be totally with it. I think that would fit perfectly, and I think
be cute.
he would be a good contrast for what is the David Cornsweat Superman. But
Corn sweat.
Yeah, David
his-
Corn Sweat.
Corn Sweat.
Yeah,
Is that
you're
what
right. It's Corn Sweat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What? This guy. But I would be on board for either or. I think they can do both.
What's up.
David, are you telling me this Corn is sweating right now?
Tyler, what do you
Wait,
think? Should they make Robert
like
Pattinson
Corn.
the Batman
I love
in
him.
the Gunniverse?
And man,
One sweat.
again, with
I'm sweating.
to agree with the fatigue of the multiverse that Marvel's just been cramming down our throats for years. That would make sense, but I also wouldn't mind another like Ben Affleck type or Alan Richardson coming in to kind of do that sort of thing.
would be
But
cool.
Yeah.
that fantastical end that we were talking about,
Okay.
I think needs to. You said fighting aliens. I'm thinking it needs to be not quite there yet right away, but eventually probably
But,
when
yeah.
people have just kind of lost interest and like we're putting fucking aliens in.
Yeah, like, let's just
Like why not? But
aliens.
I would honestly like love it if it was just like the one thing. But James Gunn already said that that's not going to be the case. So it's yeah, I mean, so that's it. So it's kind of, it feels like irrelevant. In my opinion is because he's not doing it.
Sundog.
So what if it's not aliens? What if it's like a Constantine situation and it's like a dark
Yeah, see, that's
like
pretty-
a, like,
pretty
you know what I mean?
grounded.
So
stuff,
like
yeah.
that's how I think the Robert
Constantine
Pattinson
would be great.
That's how I think
Yeah.
if it was Robert Pattinson, that could play into
Ooh,
it.
see, yeah, see.
So
there,
if
see?
it was like
Yeah.
a dark,
How
like
about
a
he
dark,
fights a werewolf?
dude,
Yeah.
maybe.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
know what I'm saying?
That's like
dragon.
kind of that's like 3 movies down
Fables.
the line. I'm talking about like there's a weird like demonic entity going on and possessing somebody in Gotham, and then you get a Constantine, and then you get a Batman team up, and I think that would be creepy. That would be able to blossom something way more.
Yeah.
You know
Have
what I
you
mean?
read Batman Gothic by Grant Morrison?
No, I haven't read it.
It is phenomenal, and it is that kind of story.
That kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And
See?
that animated film where he fights Dracula.
Oh, wow, yeah, it's really good.
that was like surprisingly good.
It's actually really good.
I think that was Batman Love at First Bite.
Dang.
Did you widowy say well at first
Widowy.
bite?
Love.
Hey,
Love.
Widowy,
Love
have
at
that.
First Bite.
Wow.
That was widowy the
That's
coolest
great.
thing
That
I've
was
ever
so
seen.
I'm good
cool.
with whichever direction they decide to go in. I think there's got to be a
Me too.
delineation between the two
Delineate.
Good
lines.
word.
The two lines we're gonna have with Batman
Delineate.
being in Robert Pattinson being Batman in
Delineate.
the darker, grittier, more grounded Batman series. Those films should be over. And then they do the Batman and Robin Brave and the Bold type of thing.
yeah.
If they're going to do it, don't have them going on at the same time.
Isn't that Robin going to be Damian Wayne too?
Yes.
Who
Oh,
ends up
yeah.
being a total jerk?
douchebage.
He's
You
a
know what I mean?
lunatic.
I
Yeah.
love it. Love it.
Psychopath.
But imagine like you were brought up by like the hottest assassin ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then
Yeah.
That was
Marcus?
Your mom.
That's
that was your mom.
but you can't. But your mom's the hot one.
Interesting point to
and
make.
then her
when,
dad is also like the most badass assassin.
Got
guy
the
ever.
coolest facial hair in the game.
Dude, come
I'll
on.
tell you that right now.
The Fu Manchu.
Shane, what do you got for the people? We're on our way out of here.
Hey, happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic to come back here and do this. I've had a great time, and I hope that everybody will enjoy my boot.
Everyone's
What?
loving the boot.
Marcus, what do you got for the people?
So if you're in the Las Vegas area
He got
and,
something.
and you're not doing anything Saturday, November 2nd, check out the 16th annual Vegas Valley Comic Book Festival. That is the best comic book kind of gathering that this area has. It is my personal favorite.
Flamingo
even over any
Library?
of the cons. It's at Flamingo Library, 1401 East Flamingo Road, Clark County Library, from 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
I will be there.
There's usually one or two headliners that draw a crowd. Last year we had Gail Simone, who now
Shane's
just
girl.
took over the Uncanny X-Men.
Sick.
We heard that she's her Secret Six series that she did with DC that might be turning into a series in the James Gunn verse. We don't
She
know
just
yet.
finished her little run on Action Comics as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. She was here last year. Our friend Mark Russell, who's been on the show, he was actually at the show as well a couple of years ago as well, right out of COVID. It is the best show. You'll see everyone from Maximum Northwest.
Widowy, the best show.
Yeah,
Widowy?
Cosmic Comics, Alternate Reality, all the major comic players in the
Simpsons.
city. Simpsons Comics, our buddy
We'll be there.
Barney's out there.
Barney!
Yeah,
Barney's the
it-
best
it-
person
it-
in the entire world.
I
Yeah,
love Barney.
it
We
is a
can't
great
believe how
time.
many
It is literally.
Hey,
if you-
Widowy, the
We
best
had
person
breakfast
ever.
with
if you
Barney on
missed
Sunday.
any of the shows, make sure you go to this one. Saturday, November 2nd, Clark County Library off of Flamingo.
Tyler, first off, congratulations for getting married.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for being here.
Congratulations.
We're very
You're the best.
excited
having
for
me.
you for the
Absolutely.
film and everything. We want you to
Great
come
job.
back.
I'd love to come back.
We
Thank you.
promise
great.
to we'll be better behaved.
That's why. No,
No, you guys
honestly,
are fantastic.
look, I changed.
Okay, we'll go
I
with the
changed.
same.
I changed because I was like, all right, me and like I can make it feel.
You want to be
normal.
one of the cool kids.
No, because I did.
I felt
you know.
bad right away.
No,
when I-
no, it's
when I-
okay.
No,
It's okay.
So great.
He needs
No.
to come back. We're all regularly dressed, and he comes in a costume back. That's
Oh,
okay.
Great
Yeah.
idea.
You know what?
Marcus.
Fine. Next one.
The next, yeah,
Opposite.
I'll do
But,
the
seriously.
thing, or I'll do
What,
the.
what do you
the
got for the people you want to talk about?
Oh
Movie.
my gosh, for the
The
people.
movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Yep.
So my film, The Devil, the Demon, and the Vicar will become public. Thank you. It will be public this week.
Yes, dude.
I'm still submitting it to like every film festival,
Of course.
out there. You know,
Absolutely.
so
Man,
traveling
best
with
of
it.
luck.
We got the Boulder City Short Film Festival in February, so I'll be there for that one.
Cool.
Very cool.
But really, this week I'll have it up on YouTube. It's already on Film Freeway, so I hope you guys check it out. And
I will.
that's that.
Oh,
That's just the
awesome.
start. Start
you,
shooting
sir.
another one
Very
in
happy
December.
for you, bro.
Thank
Oh,
you.
very
Very
Hey,
nice.
December.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Yeah.
right.
It's so cool,
Back in the
man.
sack.
It's already a success upon creation. So congratulations.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely, man.
Paul, if we're stuck staring at Shane's boot, I'm sorry, Gumby, if we're stuck staring at Shane's boot, how can they get at us at the interwebs?
If you're stuck staring at Shane's boot, you can get at us on the interwebs at Into the West Comics on Apple Pods, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and at Into_Comics on Twitter. We recently had a review for episode 5 of Penguin go up, which Frank and Sonny and Quan put together. Awesome. Go check that out if you haven't already once this live show ends. Want to thank Tyler again. Tyler, what are your handles on the internet so people know where to find you and where to watch that show if they want to, or movie if they want to watch it on YouTube?
T.Lovecraft, and it'll be on the 1015 Productions YouTube channel, and it'll be up there soon enough. Yeah.
Frank?
Right now, I'm still trying to stick to
Yes,
screenings.
sir.
I think we have somebody that finally beats Marcus in the voice competition. Tyler's voice.
No, he has a sexy
smooth as
voice.
butter.
No, he has a
Stop.
sexy
Very
voice.
nice.
When you
He
said
has a
that you
fantastic
recorded,
voice.
when he said that he recorded the dialogue or the ADR for the
Yeah.
character,
Dude.
I was like, yeah, you've got
That
to.
makes
I would
sense.
love
Sounds like
to
you have
hear
that kind
that.
of
That adds
command in your
up.
voice.
I
That
gotta
adds
see
up.
it.
Thank you. She sounds creepy too. I think she sounded all right.
Sonny, what do you got for the people? We're going to see everybody in January.
Oh,
we
my
may
God.
be doing some pop-ins and some stuff here and there, but
Absolutely.
we'll be back live January 16th, 2025. What do you got for the people?
Yeah, I think we got some good stuff coming out. I think we have some surprises and some different type of content coming out. I want to thank Tyler. I think
This is awesome. Yeah,
I think I'm the only. Yeah, I was the only one that was able to see it.
I know. I'm
see it.
jealous.
Yeah.
I went to his
That's true.
premiere.
Gucci hat.
Me and Tyler. Yeah, dude, it's actually Gucci.
The
But
premiere was nice, wasn't it?
yeah, it was.
Unbelievable.
I did not expect what I saw. I knew that I was going to see something dope, and me and him have been friends for a while, and I knew that he's been working hard for this. I knew that I was going to see a project that was going to be good, and I saw something that I was like, this is like almost like the last of like a movie that is very long that I could see actually happening. It's extremely creepy. It's extremely well done, and I'm very proud to have a homie and a friend that is able to do some cool
Nice.
shit like that, man.
you, man.
So
Thank you
thank
so
you,
much.
thank
Really.
you very much for coming on.
Listen to him
You're-
gush, everybody.
You're
My
more than
goodness,
welcome.
he Gush.
Anytime, whether it's spooky stuff or not, dude. You're more than welcome on the show anytime.
Thank
bro.
you so much, man. It's been a pleasure. Seriously.
yeah,
It's been
dude.
awesome.
Guys, we're excited to be hanging with you. And Tyler, thanks again for coming on.
course, thank you.
We're going to go hang out and eat and yell some more. And
Are we seeing this like poop movie?
I
Are you gonna
think,
see the poop movie?
I think we are. Again, not this Tyler, but our other friend Tyler got married earlier this week.
Oh my
Congrats
God, all
to
the
Tyler.
Tylers
He got
getting
married.
married.
Oh, yeah. Good job,
Congratulations,
Tyler.
When do we all to tie was?
All the Tylers.
All the Tylers are getting married.
Congratulations.
Tyler the knot.
Yeah.
Oh
They're Tylering the knot. He's Tylering
no!
the knot.
No,
Oh,
he
that
gets
was
that
good.
one.
That was real good.
Okay,
Guys,
my bad. Sorry.
have a great night.
Night.
Go share us with a nerd friend of yours.
Auntie.
Nerd friend.
We are on the
Filmmaker.
road to 1,000 subscribers.
Aunties.
We passed 700 this yesterday.
Yeah, right on, guys.
1,000 is
so
the move.
We're on the way.
The
2025 is going to be a
wallet.
big year, guys. We're excited
your
for what's
friends.
coming up next year.
Ew, why'd you do it like
Because
that?
that's what you
That's
just
not what I did.
did.
That's not what I did.
That
That's not what I did.
Run it
held
back.
it. You,
That's not what I did.
You held
check
it like
the tape.
Delineate.
Beer in my mustache.
I'm reviewing the tape.
For Father Guido Sarducci, for Quan, for business
did.
Guy Fox,
I should have stayed in costume, but it's okay.
for Sundog,
That's who I
for
am.
writer-director Tyler Kraft, for
Delineate.
the hot dog corn dog
Delineate.
Gumby
For
Paul,
Delineate.
and for Cookie
For
Monster.
Frank.
Delineate.
It's taco time in America. Guys, have a great night.
Delineate.
We love you.
Delineate.
And make sure you
Delineate.
delineate.
Love you.
Delineate.
Delineate.
Good night,
Delineate.
everybody.
Delineate.
Later, y'all. Thank you. I'm a little drunk.
A little bit with that Gucci hat.
I don't have that excuse.